Wasn't sure if you're going to go to the...
Second part's a bitch.
Fuck it.
Second part's a bitch, and I've had a lot to drink.
We just got to get in and out of this episode anyway. Let's make it quick. All right, everybody. Nice to see you. Good night.
Hey, that's right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chan Rant Podcast. My name is Josh. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fuco.
That's me.
And, as many of you by now may have learned, this is an explicit show, so we're going to say some bad words. If you want to listen to something else, or if you got kids in the car, put on your headphones, because you have 5 seconds. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck. Yeah. That's what we should do. We should get an auto-tune and do fucking auto-tune.
That'd be cool, actually. Yeah. This is going to be full of fucks, I imagine.
I imagine so, yeah. Listeners can review. This is old school Chan Rant right now, baby. Just me and you, too much liquor, and a lot of rage.
Yep.
Listeners can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, etc. Hey, send us some of those reviews, man. I still got some stickers left, so I can send out some stickers.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I found a stash.
Oh, okay.
So if you leave us a review on your podcasting platform of choice, screenshot it, send it to us, chanarant@gmail.com with your address. I will mail you a sticker. And I might even use the correct amount of postage. We'll see.
Can I do this too? Because I need some stickers. Can I do a couple reviews?
I am a millennial after all. So,
you know what I just found out this week?
What's that?
That both you, I did not even, this never crossed my mind, but both you and Camille are millennials. You're both.
This is true.
You're closer in age to her than I am. I never thought about that.
You have to keep in mind, man. You missed the cutoff just by a bit. Because what is it? It's because it's 1980-ish, 1980. Yeah. So you.
I thought you were just
off.
Okay. See, this is the thing that I didn't know was wait. What generation am I? Y? X? X.
Yeah, it should be Generation X.
So I just assumed the next one was Y, but also Y is apparently also millennials. I didn't know they were both the same thing.
Yeah, this is becoming, and this is an issue though, because there's also there's such a wide swath. There's 30 years considered to be millennials.
It's way too big.
It's way too big. There's so many differences generation to generation. The difference between me now at nearly 30 years old.
What year were you born?
I was born in 90.
Yeah, that's a huge difference from somebody born in 80.
And and millennial supposedly millennial went to 2005.
Yeah, something like that. It's way too big.
So someone's me as a 30-year-old versus someone who is now 15 and potentially still considered a millennial. No,
it's a big difference.
Very different. I don't know how to work TikTok. I have no idea. I get my ass kicked at Call of Duty by 14-year-olds all the time. There's a difference here.
Yeah, but you could beat them in Halo probably. So
probably, yeah.
So
find me on Combat Evolved, New Master 69. I'm all over it.
Maybe that's how they should determine the generations. Which game is your good one?
Which was your good game? Anyway, listeners can also send us emails and voicemails to be played on air. You can like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. And I gotta say, we need some of our fans to step in here. We need some fans to get their friends to like us on Facebook, because there are certain Facebook pages that we have not overtaken.
Is there? Who?
Yeah,
I thought we took over the world already.
We took over most of them. We are in a neck-and-neck race with RSPBA.
Ooh, okay, yeah, we definitely.
Which I don't like. I want us to be well above.
We got to take over that, yeah.
I believe Whisper might have surged ahead of us.
There's no way.
I think they did. I think they put the word out. So we have an international audience, so we should have more likes than Whisper, obviously.
Overall, Whisper?
I think so. And let's go for some big guns here. Let's go for Piper's Dojo. Let's go for a fucking big rap show.
Oh my god.
Let's
he's got 14,000.
Yeah,
15,000. Yeah, I don't know. That's
tough.
So
So we need the help of our audience, man.
Maybe
invite your friends.
Should take over for the band that shall not be named, because we've got way more than Chanarant does. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe that should be our next goal.
Although the band that shall not be named was recently quietly surpassed by the Highland Games that shall not be named.
On Facebook?
Finally overtook you guys.
On Facebook?
Us guys? Yes. So I've officially beaten myself, I guess? I don't know how that works.
You're over $5,000?
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So yeah, we need our audience's help. Get some friends of yours that are in the pipe band community, or friends and family that you think the show would be funny. Invite them to like the page. It's not hard. We appreciate it, because I want to always have more likes than RSPBA. And I definitely want to get more likes than Whisper.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's very important, yeah.
Because, I'm petty. Last, check out the Chantarant store at chantarant.com. And if you want to support the show, not for free, it's free to support the show if you invite your friends to like it. It's less free to support the show if you become a patron. For $5 a month, you can support the show. And watch this live stream, interact with us in the post show, and just generally be one of the 6, man, and enjoy yourself. I mean, times are tough, but $5 is still cheap.
Absolutely.
This entire quarantine will only have cost you $20 for weekly entertainment.
Absolutely. For an entire month. Yeah, $20. Is that so much to ask?
$20 is 4 months.
Oh, wait, that's right. It's $5 a month, right?
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Yeah. What do you think?
$5 a week. Wait, that's crazy.
No, $5 a month, baby. $1 a week.
Sorry about that.
$1.25? Yeah, someone will check. Camille will check my math. Fusco.
Yes, that's me. Uh-oh. Should I be looking at show notes?
You know what really cancels my Zoom lessons?
What's that, Josh?
When motherfucking students, or maybe not necessarily students, it's hard. It's hard when I say student because the nomenclature gets muddy. Because we have what I consider students that are band members, and we also have students that are like not band members that are just students. So it's a little too broad of a term. Let me put it this way. When motherfuckers who I am setting aside my own personal time to get in touch with via the internet, to check on progress, help with issues they may be having with their instrument, troubleshoot, break down phrases, and work through stuff with. Either one, just don't respond to me at all as far as when they can meet up with me. I just put it out there and I get nothing back, just fucking dead air. 2, respond to me and then immediately fucking cancel 5 minutes before I've already set aside the time to go through this. Or 3, my third
I'm listening.
My third favorite scenario, don't respond at all until I put something bitchy in the band app saying, okay, so since no one fucking contacted me back, I'm going to be calling all of you individually. And then all of a sudden a flood of text messages comes to my phone saying, oh, I'm sorry, what time are you available now? I'm like, no, motherfucker, that ship has sailed. I'm no longer available now. I will contact you, bitch, once I have gotten my fucking chi centered again, and I don't want to climb through the computer and beat your head into the keys until there's only ADFK left.
You want to make you even angrier about that?
Absolutely.
Or should we wait till we get to it?
Yeah, we got to go through news first, right?
Yeah, let's do that. And let me write this down.
And then we'll fucking rage. I've got some suggestions. I don't only come with bitches and gripes. I come with bitches and gripes, but I also come with a new set of Josh's commandments for online learning.
Okay, great. Because if anything, we're educational and helpful here, I think.
Yeah. So I try. Ever since what was it bitched out, like episode 60 or something, where we decided that we wouldn't only bitch, we'd also try to come up with solutions to our bitches and then present those to the world. Try to manifest the fucking secret into reality by just like writing it down 100 times in a notebook and smearing it in shit on my bathroom walls and hoping that for fuck's sake somebody gets off their goddamn ass and actually fucking logs in and tries to learn some pipes.
I think that lasted all of one episode, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. But first, we have news and updates. So, the first piece of news and update I want to do, and this episode has not come out yet, but it will before this one.
Maybe even today.
Yeah, probably today. I want to thank Mr. Murray Blair, who came on the show. That was a fucking delightful episode.
It was lovely. We had a great conversation with a legend in the business, and I think it's gonna. We might get nominated for a podcast award, the Chanarant Award. For the best podcast. we have to make our own awards and nominate ourselves. Exactly.
Just like Big Rab does.
Exactly. I think it was probably one of our better episodes we've ever done.
It was a good show, man. It flowed really nicely. Murray was a super cool guy.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a new friend.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't know if he was going to get us and just hang up on us at some point when we Chanarant him, but he didn't, and he rolled with it. It was nice.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'm glad that we're kind of building up this repertoire of like, hey, not everyone has to be the nightmarish swearing disaster that this episode is going to be. Like some of them are actually quite pleasant.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So now when we approach Stephen McWhorter for the 4th time. We can show him the Jack Lee episode. We can show him the Murray Blair episode. We're like, guy.
And if we want...
We have a sliding scale. And when we adjust to the guest.
When we get some sick motherfucker on, we send them the Dirtbag Olympics or the Dominatrix episode. Yeah, like when we have any of Andrew Douglas's episodes.
Yeah, when we have Eric Evenhouse back on, like we go down to a 1.
Right. It's a broad range here. I like to give us credit for having so much skill to be able to slop in the mud, but also elevate ourselves to
definitely
the brilliance that was last week.
It's definitely not the same show every time.
No.
I mean, we have dynamic range.
We got patrons to answer to. We can't. It can't always be the same. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But thanks, Marie. That was really fantastic.
And for those of you who your first episode was last week's Marie Blair episode, and it was so thoughtful and so interesting that you wanted to tune in again.
This is the wrong one for you.
I apologize.
This one's going to get probably ugly.
I apologize. This one's going to get a little ugly.
This is the poop smearing on the wall episode.
This is the poop smearing on the wall episode. Don't feed the monkeys. Okay, so we also received a Facebook message. This is from our good friend Ian. He says, "Howdy, chaps. Hope you're coping well in the lockdown. Have been trying to drum practice via Zoom." Oh, practice with an S. Just triggered. An interesting experience with my
British,
core. I know. A little worried, though, that the more effective I get over Zoom, the less likely they'll ever going to be up for driving to the manhole in the future. I would not worry about this. Because no matter how efficient your Zoom practice is, it is not fun. Going to band is fun. Waiting for the 63-year-old tenor drummer to figure out how to fucking unmute her microphone is not fun.
What about waiting for the 63-year-old?
That was a purely hypothetical. We do not have any 63-year-old tenor. We don't even have any tenor drummers.
No, we have one, but waiting for the 63-year-old tenor drummer to figure out how to strap their tenor to their leg is, I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Is that more interesting? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I did a family Zoom call over Easter, and everyone's like, man, like, this is with the girlfriends. This is me meeting the girlfriend's family. Mm-hmm. And then everyone's like, man, like, we're really glad you put up with that first, like, 30, 40 minutes of everyone trying to figure out how to fucking work the app and get in together. I was like, are you kidding me? That was my favorite part. I was laughing my ass off. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
But you weren't in charge. You were just watching it happen.
I was sitting back, having a beer, being supportive, good boyfriend. I'm like, this is not my pig, not my fucking farm. Everyone's just like, it was just an absolute. It was absolutely just like face up against the camera, like, but now, can you hear me now? Wait, no, wrong device. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh, this is fucking gold. I love this. Dude. This is my family doesn't celebrate Easter. Best Easter ever. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You want to hear a funny?
That was nonstop entertainment.
Here's a funny side story. I recently did a funeral. I'd say 2 weeks ago, within the last 2 weeks. And it was a very socially conscious, everybody stay away from each other kind of funeral. Actually, it wasn't. But they had a bunch of people on. They had a laptop. They were broadcasting the funeral. It was all outside. It was all like by the graveside. And I was just like watching this happen. Like the guy was trying to get them to like, no, mute yourself. So we can't hear you, but you can hear. At a
funeral.
It was so funny to watch this try to go down. Like this guy trying to explain to these people across the country.
Who Zooms a funeral?
Because because nobody can travel, so nobody's going anywhere.
Here's what you do, guys.
It was hysterical.
Josh McEachern's tips for broadcasting your funeral: do not Zoom your funeral, especially here, right?
Well, I mean, these days that's not inappropriate.
Like where was this at? Like a Palms type thing?
Yeah, one of those.
So this was a churn and burn situation. Like the funeral homes.
It was a good hour fucking service.
Really, that's amazing. Because
I played 3 fucking times.
Because usually it's like 15 minutes, get the fuck out.
Usually. This was a full-on...
Here's what you do, kids. One person takes a camera, records the funeral, goes home, uploads it. You are basically delayed...
It's the same thing. Why do you have to be there live?
You're basically delayed in seeing this by an hour.
I think he actually intended, now that I think about it, to let them speak if they wanted to.
Oh, fuck that.
Which I can't remember if they did. There were so many speakers and people that would not shut up. Listen, here's another advice for funerals.
Write
it down,
speech. Yeah.
Put it on a piece of paper or something. Do not read off your phone because it looks retarded. Sorry, the hard R, sorry. But it looks stupid. Don't read off your phone. And then keep your comments short. You don't need to tell a 20-minute story.
Write it down.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. And people just like wander because they don't know what
everyone's like, well, I'm just going to wing it and speak from the heart.
Don't do that ever.
Don't. Just like...
If you do that, you get Donald Trump.
Let me put it this way. I have explicit funeral instructions. You've heard this before. It involves the whole like smashing the casket, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, for you mean when you die?
Yeah, my funeral instructions are very explicit. There is no unscripted speakers allowed. Like I'll have a teleprompter if you want. I don't give a shit. But I do like first person that rambles because here's the thing. As soon as they get the giant cane out and pull Auntie Booby off stage because she's rambling on too long.
So gonna happen, dude.
The excuse
Can
is...
I be the hook guy?
Absolutely.
I'll long be dead.
I'm about to say, how the fuck, in what world do you outlive me?
So true. Oh my god.
But as soon as they get the hook out and pull Auntie Booby off stage, it's going to be like, well, as we all know, Josh hated shows that didn't run on schedule. Like,
we got to keep this thing moving, Auntie Booby.
yeah, like Josh loved few things in life. A fine whiskey, glorious tits, his dog Loose, and a fucking show that ran on time.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Keep it short, people. Best advice ever. I'm worried about this for funerals in my future. I know that obviously they're all coming eventually.
Yeah.
You're
old, man. Trust me, it's coming.
I don't mean mine. Well, I mean people that
Think
I know.
about this. This is crazy to me. You have more grandparents alive than I do. I have 0 grandparents. All my grandparents are dead.
I don't have any grandparents.
Oh, all your grandparents are dead
No,
too? Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's
Oh, they
tough.
died a long time ago.
That's because you're old.
But I have many, many parents and people of that level
Swish.
that are still alive. But it's coming, right? And I have a lot of dramatic people in my family, so I'm a little worried about like, oh boy, it's going to be
Do you want me to come with my headset?
contentious.
Like, Josh, I need you to come. I need you to come to my.
I need you to produce the funeral.
I need you to produce my folks' funeral. Like,
I need you to make sure my sister doesn't go on too long, and that she.
I mean, I'll just be sitting there like on the mic, like, okay. Sammy, get the fuck off stage. I will fucking tase you. We are 5 minutes behind.
We got a hook. Oh my god! Like put in ears in everybody's ears, so you're like,
That's
all right,
like-
you got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Start
No,
playing,
dude.
Start
Dude.
playing the orchestra music.
I'm gonna get a band. I'll get a band and just play them off. Just like it's like, and my favorite thing about pop was da, 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 da. Just fucking play them off.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. So
That
anyway,
is the secret.
we
Why
should.
does-
That's our next business when we come out of this quarantine is to start a funeral production.
orchestra.
Yeah,
Funeral production.
production. Yeah. We'll have canned music to play them off. We'll get a hook. It'll be brilliant, man. What a great idea.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, I'm unemployed, so you know,
Yeah, you got plenty of time
I
to.
got plenty of time to work on this. Anyway, so back to Ian's email.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even get through it.
Not
yet.
even
Jesus
close.
Christ.
So he's talking about driving up to band hall in the future. He says, also, I just learned to video edit badly to do a montage / health service tribute for my band. I can't believe we only did one paragraph and we completely went off the rails.
Oh, this is his band. I didn't realize. He sent me the video, by the way.
Almost killed me listening to that much badly played Highland Cathedral. Gave me even more respect for the effort folks like yourselves and Raleigh put into social media stuff. Well, Raleigh puts in more effort than us, definitely.
Big time, yeah.
Anyway, I was scrolling through Facebook just now, and it gave me the below piece of comedy gold. Facebook, it seems, understands the RSPBA better than most bands. I hope it makes you laugh. Stay safe, you fuckers. Cheers. And what he sent us was a screenshot of the recommended groups that if you already... Is it pages or groups? I think it's... Oh, no, it's pages. Oh, no, it's groups. So the recommended groups that say more like RSPBA, London and the South of England branch, groups with similar topics and activity, crap wildlife photography, and terrible art in charity shops. Charity shops.
Yeah.
So there you go. Algorithm is working fine.
Facebook is ingenious.
Hey, cheers, Ian. Sorry we went off the rails, but thank you for the message.
Yeah. And I think his band maybe made it into one of the somethings of the week. We'll see which one.
Oh, now that you heard the Highland Cathedral thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, the other thing I want to share is Doogie sent us a picture of his LED hat. Did you see that?
I did. That's pretty kick-ass.
Was the full message just suck less, or
It said, I think that's all it said. Suck
just
less.
like suck less?
Yeah.
So we're gonna share that.
Or
as soon
please
as we get
suck
the
less.
file. Yeah.
We'll share that with everybody, but it's pretty goddamn classic. I think he's trying to help us do a little promotion for our website, which is channerad.com/suckless.
Yeah.
For your $1 premium first month of Dojo University.
Dojo University. Yeah. So Fusco, what courses do you take, or do you only teach?
I do take courses. I'm in the middle of one right now because I want to learn more about harmonies and
Okay.
proper harmonies, not fucking thirds all the goddamn time. So,
Not just straight chromatic thirds.
right, correct. So, so Doogie did this course on tune writing, basically, but it also incorporates a lot of music theory, chord structures, harmonies and how chord structures can influence that or make it more interesting. So I'm actually working my way through that course right now, just because I'm not good with harmonies. That's not a thing that I do, and I'd like to know more about it. So that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, I'm in the process of recording my course for the Piper's Dojo.
Oh yeah, you're doing a course now. Okay.
Yeah.
What
so
is this one?
I'm recording my course.
Is
It's
this how to stay positive in your pipe band during COVID?
No, it's how to make your band's social media not suck cock. but it's C*CK because families.
Right.
Yeah.
Hashtag families.
Yeah. So So it's an intro to pipe band marketing course led by me. Heavily bleeped, so it's not going to come out for about a year and a half just due to all the editing that has
Just to
be
get
done.
through the bleeps there.
But yeah, keep your eyes open and make sure you tweet Piper's Dojo and let them know that you want that course.
You definitely should.
So, Sco.
Yes.
I'm skipping over 4. I mean, the only thing on 4 is just like I wanted to make a Carol fucking Baskins joke about Carolyn fucking Goodman.
That's fair.
Have you seen Tiger King yet?
I have not.
So it won't really make sense to you.
I mean, I'm aware that she's a
Anyway, yeah.
she killed her husband, right? Or is that the one that killed her husband or something?
Carolyn Goodman? No.
No.
Carol
Carol,
Baskins,
the other
yes.
one.
Yeah. Carolyn Goodman hasn't killed her husband yet. Give it time.
She's killing her career, that's for sure.
she's killing her political career. She's killing her political career and the reputation of our fine city fairly quickly, which it's amazing to me.
What reputation?
This is the thing. This is the thing that amazes me about the beautiful city of Las Vegas and the state of Nevada. This is an area where we are primarily funded by casino revenue and tourism. Everyone who is like over 40 in politics is deeply connected to either organized crime or has financial interest in the businesses that help populate this city, and they're all fucking rich as shit. Prostitution is legal in counties here. A dead pimp won a Senate seat in this state, like posthumously won a Senate seat.
Correct. Yeah.
Everyone walks around armed to the teeth, and still our beautiful mayor manages to go on national television, and like that's the thing I get tweeted about. Like all the crazy shit that happens here, I get tweeted about. Like, what is this dumb bitch thinking? I'm like, off meds? I don't know. I think off meds. I've met this person in real life, and they seem normal.
She's not a lunatic, from what my experience.
No, but
I mean, maybe she's a lunatic. I don't
money
know,
is a powerful motivator, man. I think I would speak more insanely if I had some.
Perhaps. Good thing you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's wild.
What do you think about us being on the map, though? I mean, how do we capitalize? Do we make Carolyn Goodman the fucking drum major of the Las Vegas Pipe Band for the Celtic Thanksgiving? She marches out coughing on everyone with a fucking mace.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, is this the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened here, though? I mean, remember
the scale is.
Remember, like, when the hell was it when Obama told people not to go to Vegas for some reason? What was that all about?
I have no idea. No, I don't remember that at all.
That was pretty obnoxious.
Granted, that would have been when I was not living in Vegas.
It was like 2010-ish or something. He said something that pissed a bunch of people off. But what the hell was the reason for that? I can't remember now. But anyway, there's a lot of dumb things that happen here. This is by far not the dumbest thing that's ever happened here.
probably like one of the, here's what I would say. For the most part, a lot of our politicians aren't super bright. But they've been pretty good about not being recorded being idiots. And this was just like, it's like, what are you thinking? What? Like here's who I feel for.
Here's the genius of
there is a PR guy on that team that
go ahead.
God, I hope not.
Oh, okay.
No, there was a PR guy on that team that was just like standing in the background, like,
oh, what
are you fucking doing?
His hair's on fire.
He's like, I'm never gonna be able to work again.
Well, I mean,
I used to have this with my old job when like people would go like way off script, and I'd just be like, what are you fucking doing? Stop, reel it back in, reel it back. Oh. Technical difficulties. The mic is off. Oh shit!
Yeah, but he didn't have control of that.
Hold on, we're fixing
this. This was gold for CNN, right, or whoever Anderson, whatever the. Fuck
oh yeah, man. This was ratings hits.
Yeah, but look at the contrast to the complete lack of leadership from Dopey Sisolak, who's like, we don't know what to do. We have no idea what's going to happen. So we're going to keep waiting until we know what to do. So there's no like confidence in him either. He's just saying, all right, we're not going to do anything because we don't know what to do. Okay, I guess honesty is a good thing. It doesn't really bode well for our confidence in him or the state to know what the fuck they're doing, or anybody. I mean, Trump's the same fucking thing. They're all retards. Sorry, hard R. I keep using that word. But like, what the fuck?
Fusco, we're gonna PC principle you right now. You ready for this?
Damn it. What?
Okay. From now on, instead of saying hard R's, I want you to say fuckwits.
Okay, I can do that. I like
because
the word fuck anyway, so
because one, it's funnier.
Yeah, fuckwits. Yeah, well, there's a lot of fuckwits out there, that's for sure. And apparently in politics, it's like, yeah, we know nothing. So I remember being a kid. I had this conversation with Ozzy Broad recently, where like, I mean, granted, I was a kid, I was a fuckwit myself. It's questionable that I still am, but like I remember like when things would go wrong.
Questionable.
Well, things would happen, and I would like watch TV and listen for the government's response and be like, okay, Reagan's got this, Bush has got this. Whoever, not Bush the first, not the second.
Oh my God!
Because I'm old enough to remember these.
I'm gonna let you finish before I tell you what this means.
Clinton and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, like all right, they got this under control. I feel confident in my country and that things are okay. Same kind of thing. You look up to your parents when you're a kid and you're like, oh, they just handle everything. Like they're infallible, right? I am so like, you can't look at fucking Trump. You can't look at anybody leading the state or the city. I'm like, I have no confidence in any of these people, so I'm not watching anything they say because I don't want to know that they're fuckwits. Like nobody's got a hand on the wheel right now. It's terrifying.
Do you want my analysis of that entire diatribe you just gave us?
I do.
Once again, I officially hand you your Nevada citizenship card. Welcome.
Welcome to the most fuckwit state.
No, welcome to the idea of like,
I guess I got to do it myself.
I don't trust any of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm just do it myself. Oh my God!
Like, that's it, dude. You've got it. Yeah.
Oh God, who's running things out there? It's complete lack of
nobody particularly
faith, trust. The whole system after this is going to come down because nobody has we've lost all faith. We should have lost faith in this a long time ago.
I will tell you what though, still, and this is not a pandering fucking jerk off moment like all the goddamn commercials I see lately. Like I do want to give a shout out to fucking people who are EMS, EMT, fire, cops, fucking nurses, doctors, like all those motherfuckers who, don't get me wrong, doctors less because they get paid a shit ton of money. Like this is earn your pay. Like guess what? You're a millionaire. Now you have to fucking earn it.
All those late doctor appointments, guess what? This is your payback.
Like guess what? Like I love you guys and I'm really proud of the work you're doing, but you also live in a fucking gigantic mansion with Porsches and shit. So it's about time you had to work for your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
But like the nurses, the EMTs, EMS guys, like the fire guys, the police guys, like I talked with a student. I don't think I mentioned this on the last episode. Stop me if I did. But I talked with a student who he's not here. He's not local. And he's a firefighter.
Mm-hmm. I know who you're talking about.
And he has been The tricky part for him was he's going to work, he's still helping out, he's doing everything, but because he is working and he's frontline, he cannot see his family at all. So he has not had any interaction with his kids or his wife aside from like through plastic or glass from 10 feet away for like 45 days now.
Right. But I mean, it's also because he doesn't live in the same household. He would have to if they live in the same household. Like the other guy that plays in the band does see his kids, right? That's also in that same situation.
But it's a huge and also also he has a nurse in the house too. The other guy.
True. And she's in the hospital every goddamn day. Like that's so risky.
Like, that's the shit where I'm like, holy, like these are the people that are really getting like fucked hard by this. I mean, granted, I'm out of work and can't afford health insurance, and I'm just gonna rob a bank. But
I don't know. The one guy I know you're talking about, it is kind of it's funny. Well, not funny. Ironic that he's definitely struggling. The longer it goes on, the more he struggles with
what's isolation.
Yeah, he's by himself, no kids, cannot see them because he's at risk, so he doesn't want to risk them. That whole thing. That's pretty wild. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, kudos to those people who are actually kudos to the people who are actually like facing life and limb over this for like $40,000-$50,000 a year. Not the fucking people who have casino interests that cost them $1 million if they don't open again soon. Like, fuck you, assholes. Like, just wait.
I don't know if that's really what her issue is. Think about the potential tax loss that's happening right now. So literally,
Yeah,
there are
but you
police
gotta
officers being
keep in
furloughed,
mind-
laid off
keep
because
in
they
mind
can't
this-
afford to pay them.
Keep in mind the state you're
They're-
in, man. Like, we barely pay taxes
They're
anyway.
letting people out of fucking jail, which I don't know what they did. Maybe it's just stupid drug charges. Who knows? But they're literally.
God, I hope it's weed
Did
charges.
you see the tweet
Like,
from the police, the Las Vegas Police Department? 112 or so inmates were let out because they're of the risk of COVID in the jails. Blah blah blah. Something
Yeah.
like, and they can't afford to. There's no money coming in. There's nothing. So how are they going to keep police on the street when these guys aren't going to do that job for free?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, granted, this is not a good argument to make versus with me because I call the police; they don't come to my house anyway.
well, I get it. Whether they're responsive or not, in real time, who knows?
The amount of times I've called the police, they just never came, and I was like, "All right, well, I guess now I have to do this."
Yeah, this state's a whole different thing than maybe all the the New Yorks and this Illinois.
I had a great
Californias.
camp out. I think it was like Wednesday night. When I was like up till 3, freaking clearing out people. I was like, no, get your carts out, go.
Out of where?
Here, fucking in front of my house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I know you're close to a homeless area. I didn't know they were all just hanging out on your street.
Well, I'm teaching them not to.
Oh, okay. The hard way.
No, I'm super polite.
With a
man.
switch?
No, dude. I've never had to do anything. Like, it's mostly like as soon as I'm there, flashlights out, they see that I'm 3 square meals, 8 hours of sleep, and caffeinated, and they're like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna lose this 10 times out of 10." And I have a box of water that I keep in my truck, and I like
right.
it's just like water bottles, and I'm like, "Here's water. Fuck off."
Mm-hmm.
Because hydration is very important.
To their sanity, I'm sure.
Just in general, I mean, it's very hard for someone to get like itchy with you when you're like, "Here's a bottle, ice cold bottle of water. Now fuck off."
Well, ice cold is in your truck. It's 90 degrees here.
No, I keep it in the cooler bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on, dude. What am I, an amateur?
It's 90 degrees out here lately.
Keep it in a little cooler bag.
It's no joke.
But yeah, we got way off again. This is a fucking grab bag episode, dude.
Oh, it's all over the goddamn place already. But I guess that leads us into the quarantine Kaylee.
Okay, I'm gonna blow through these next things because we are half hour in.
Yeah, we
got
gotta get
shit to
over
get to.
with. I got places to go. I don't know where, but
You gotta work.
I gotta work.
You're
tonight.
still gainfully employed.
Well, it hasn't slowed down for me. Let me tell you.
That's good, man.
I mean, other than cutting hours, but
If I wasn't such a controversial figure, maybe I could qualify for that kind of a gig. But
you don't have the patience. You've already admitted it.
that's true. I have the patience for like back end.
That's what I mean. Like
Just
but this
cutting,
is front,
editing.
This is front end teaching people. Yeah.
It's like all the editing and shit like that. Like, to launch a new course, man. I'll
I
edit that
don't know
shit.
about the other pipe teachers in the world, but like I've been busier than ever just because people are bored and they're like, yeah, I'll take extra lessons. I've got nothing to do all day.
Well, you mostly do beginners, right?
Anywhere from beginners up to like say average grade 4 soloists.
Okay,
around
nice.
around that range. So there's a lot of people that are out of work and still probably I don't know what state employed. I don't know what they do. Whatever, teachers and firemen and all that kind of stuff, and they still do lessons.
Nice, man.
So I've been busier than ever.
All right, so I have 2 more things to whinge about.
Before we get to the actual whinging,
Yeah. First of all, once again, what's with Twitter? The last tweet was 2013.
still. What about the Facebook? Maybe they just don't know it exists.
So this is a shout out to Wispama. I'm really bored. If you want someone to manage your Twitter,
For $10 an hour.
nah, they
20?
can't afford. They can't afford to pay me. Like,
Well, it says here, Josh needs a job. Was that
I
just
do
like
need
you
a-
need to
I
kill
need-
time,
I
or
need
do you
something
need money?
to do? Yeah,
Oh,
I just need
okay.
something to do. I don't think they'll ever loop me in, but you know the offer's out there. I'm willing to play by the rules. Doesn't matter. I'm a very good employee. I'm just not a very good adversary.
I don't know, because when we had you running social media, well, not social media, but running productions for the band that shall not be named, when we were paying you,
You mean
things got
the-
done on a really regular basis. When we stopped paying you, or you offered to like, I don't want to be paid because I don't want to have to answer to anybody, it completely dropped off.
That's true, but that was also the beginning of the end for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, but you didn't admit that at the time. You just said, yeah, I'll get to it. But
Nah.
it just sort of fell off. And then eventually you came out with why. But I didn't know that at the time. But yeah, no, but it was definitely a difference in motivation.
Well, you definitely get more timely stuff when you pay me.
Sure, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
My
Like,
paid
would you really
my
do
paid
anything?
my paid work is 300% of my volunteer work.
Absolutely. Hey, somebody in the chat wants to hire you for something. I don't know if you want to do it, but they definitely want to hire you.
Oh yeah, man. We'll talk.
Beer
we'll
Boy
talk, we'll talk
Brad
after.
and Nick.
We'll talk in the post show. But yeah, so the other thing I want to talk about, because selfless promotion, because at this point I no longer blur the lines or even try to have strict lines between my many interests. The Vegas Quarantine Kaylee.
What the fuck is? Oh, Vegas quarantine. I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking just quarantine Kaylee.
Yeah,
Okay,
the Vegas Quarantine Kaylee.
Yeah,
is,
Josh, what's that? I don't know what
it
that is.
It is over an hour of phenomenal performances from the 2019 Las Vegas Highland Games, along with some interviews with some of the people who make the event happen. So if you ever wanted to listen to some good-ass music, including Seven Nations, the Plowboys, and Killian's Angels, and...
I thought you said it was phenomenal.
It was.
Oh.
And learn a little bit about the people behind the scenes that actually make this event happen and how excited we are for 2021. There's an interview with Mr. Buggy, who's been on the show before. There's an interview with MLK.
By the way, we still haven't got our $30 back from the Highland Games. I just want to say.
Yeah, well.
I'll contact Buggy later.
Tough titties. And there's an interview with Christina, who is one of the Highland athletes and our athletics director. So if you're a nerd like me and you're interested in festival type shit, it's a great way to kind of get a look at the Vegas Games if you've never seen it. Did you watch it? No, you didn't.
No, of course not.
And also, I just wanted to bitch because
that's what we should go off on, because that's an interesting story. But I don't know if you really want to do that to yourself.
No. So the thing I want to complain about. So I came up with this idea, and I basically like a week before I was supposed to release it, because the idea was I was going to release it on the day where we would normally have the games, which was going to be April 18th.
Okay.
And so I started like compiling footage and like all this shit, and I think like the final edit Thursday, Friday to post on Saturday was like 40 hours. Like I did like 20, slept 8, and then like worked all through the night until like
in typical Josh McEachran fashion, he did it all last minute.
No, well, I thought of it on the Monday.
Oh, well, okay.
So
fair enough.
So between coming up with concepting the idea on Monday and delivering on Saturday and going through 4 years of footage, I thought that was a pretty good turnaround. For an hour and 15-minute video. Like,
well, you killed yourself in the process.
I did kill myself in the process. So I go through this whole thing. I fucking edit this video. I'm like, it's good. Like, I've got aerials from 2015. I got these performances. It's a pretty tight edit for. It's the first time I've ever edited anything that I think that was longer than 30 minutes, probably. And so it's an hour and 15. So I go to fucking export. And I'm exporting 4 different years worth of footage. So the frame rates are different. The resolution is different. So I'm like, fuck. So like the first export I got on like Friday evening was like, okay, this will be ready in 16 hours. I'm like, that's not going to work. This has to premiere at noon. So I like cancel that. I go back in. I'm like resetting frame rates. I'm like dropping resolution. I'm setting everything to the same size. I'm getting it all ready. And then I'm like, okay, boom, let's export. And it's like, okay, 6 hours. I'm like, sweet. This is like maybe 11 o'clock. I'm like, 6 hours? Dope. Get up.
11 p.m.
Okay. 11 p.m.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, sweet. I'll get up. I'll set an alarm. I'll get up. I'll upload it. Like, no worries. And then like I, go to get ready for bed, whatever. And it's like, I come back to check on it. 12 hours. I'm like, this is less than ideal. And so like I wait around a bit. It's like midnight now, and it's like 13 hours. I'm like, this officially misses my deadline. So I'm like, okay. So I cancel it. Like change some settings again. I'm like, okay, I have to babysit this thing all fucking night, because if for any reason it goes above like a 6 hour edit, a 6 hour export, I'm fucked. So I fucking overnight it. I'm up till 8 o'clock in the morning. I think like I just like played video games, like kept check on this, like girls sleeping with the dogs in the room. And so I like finally like crash out. I think it like everything's getting ready to be done, so it's all smooth. I crash out at like maybe 7 o'clock, I think, in the morning. So like I conk out. I set an alarm for like 9. Conk out. My phone dies. Girlfriend wakes me up at 10:30. I'm like, fuck. I look at it. I was like, okay, it's exported. It fucking worked. It looks great. It's amazing. I'm like, cool. Upload. YouTube's like 2.5 hour upload. I'm like, fuck.
How long was this thing?
This thing's an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, Jesus
roughly.
Christ. Well, 1, get good internet. 2, you got to upgrade your computer, man.
No, it's not even that, dude. Like, trust me, it was none of that. Like,
Dude,
YouTube
if you
takes
had
long for everything.
If you had not the YouTube part, but the other part.
So, well, I mean, it was a big render, because what I realized was all the 2019 clips were 2.5K, not 1080p. So I was scaling them down from 2.5K to 1080p clips because Ben shot them humongous. Don't get me wrong, they look amazing, but fuck, dude. And the drone clips were 4K. I had to scale those down. So it's all going down to 1080p for fucking YouTube and Facebook because everyone's watching on their goddamn phone anyway.
What's the end of this story? Let's fast forward because
so essentially, Chanarant saves the day.
Really? How so?
Yes. So
that's the important part.
The video is exported. Well, Chanarant semi-saves the day. I start the upload to YouTube. It gets uploaded in time, but is 0% processed. They have to process the video as well.
I know, yeah.
And it's not, and so I'm like, fuck, like we're already an hour behind. Like I put a thing out, I was like, no, it's gonna be 1, not 12. We're missing that deadline by a mile. It still says 0% processed. I'm like, fuck. So I literally like go into the Chanarant box, rip out some cables, wire the audio out from the computer back into the computer, fire up OBS, which is our streaming software, go to YouTube, the Las Vegas Celtic Society YouTube, start a live broadcast, and then play it on QuickTime on my computer and stream it live from there, just so that it can hit on time. And it's laggy as shit.
On time by an hour late.
Yeah, by an hour late on time. It's laggy as shit. There's weird artifacts and everything, and I'm just mad. I'm pissed off at this point. I'm like, fuck, I've spent a week on this shit. And fucking MLK and Ozzy and my lovely girlfriend are having a viewing party here, and they're all like trying to talk me.
Here?
Yeah, they're here watching it on her tablet and doing a Zoom call and watching it together.
Oh, I see.
And drinking. And I'm just pissed. I'm angry. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like and they're like, no, it's really great and everything's good. Don't worry about it. It's all really good. I'm like, I understand that you think this is good, but it's not good. The actual product is good. This is not the fucking product. Like,
this is why you don't do live stuff. Just fucking load it when it's ready.
Well, if I had more time, what I've learned is I should have loaded it fucking 2 days in advance and then premiered it. But I was trying to do it on the Saturday of the event. That's what fucking hamstringed me. I should have just waited till it was done and then said it's launching tomorrow.
Yeah, can't you pretend that it's live even though it's preloaded?
No. Well, that was my intention. My intention was to premiere it, but it was already loaded. The problem is it didn't load and process fast enough. Yeah. I had no idea the amount of time it was going to go into an hour plus long video to process it. But I've learned my lesson for sure. The Facebook premiere went amazingly.
Right. Well, if anybody's still awake out there and wants to ask Josh more about this process.
No, just go watch the video, you fucking assholes, because it's a good video.
I'm sure it's a perfect replacement for not being at the games.
No, it's not. But it got me through. It got me through one of the more stressful weeks I've had of like, I'm not getting to do my thing that I do.
So this was your idea,
100%.
You never came up with this idea, nobody would have asked you for this. Is that correct?
Yeah, nobody else even knew
about it. It would have went by and nothing would have happened.
Nobody knew about it.
This is your own goddamn fault.
Nobody knew about it until like the Wednesday.
It's your own goddamn fault.
Yeah, I know.
Like you could have just posted a picture of like, oh, we're sorry we're not here on Saturday. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, but I'm not a cunt. Like,
I'm just saying. Well, obviously you are because this didn't happen correctly. But
I mean, it's a beautiful video. It's great. But like, I refuse. I refuse to just like take it lying down. You know, it's like we can still put something out there for the people that wish they were there.
No, that's fair. It's a reasonable idea. It's just, of course,
for a lazy bastard, I'm not that much of a lazy bastard.
No, you're not lazy. Just delayed. Inspirationally delayed. Let's call it that.
Yeah, but okay. So here's the two sides of the coin as far as people who give me shit for this kind of stuff are concerned.
Oh, where's the fun part? Where you get angry about this?
There's the one side of the coin of why didn't you just do nothing? Because then you wouldn't have potentially done something wrong. And then there's my side of the coin.
Who said you did something wrong?
Well, you're like, oh, well, yeah, but you could have just not done anything, or you still did a thing, but it was fucking delayed. Like,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you caused yourself a lot of stress for absolutely nobody would have known any different.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the point, right? Like, okay, so how about I just do nothing, because then I don't get stressed.
Sure.
How about I try to do a thing? Those are the two sides of the fucking coin that I get from people, where it's like, well, you know, fucking Josh, like, you could have just stayed home. You could have just sat home and jerked off.
You probably would have been happier. I know that's what I was doing.
I wouldn't have been happier.
You wouldn't have been angry.
At some point, you got to fucking do something.
Well, that we're going to get into that as far as the topic of the week if we ever get there, because this fucking story is so goddamn long.
Yeah, but we got to get to the fail, win, and try, and that's you, buddy.
Are we ready to go right into it?
Yeah, and you gotta carry it because I'm gonna go pee.
Oh, that's easy enough. So let's start with the. What do I want to start with today? Let's start with the fail of the week, which is related to the email that Josh read earlier from Mr. Ian. So what Ian went ahead and did was apparently make a combination video, which a lot of people are starting to do on the internet lately. And we're guilty of it as well, where people in their band record themselves playing and then they edit it all together. And they did this. And the results are, well, they speak for themselves. Let's have a listen, shall we? Made it just for the best part.
I know which one this is.
Did they just do like fourths? They have like first, seconds, thirds, and fourths. Oh my god, what is happening here? There's that video that Andrew was talking about, just somebody spinning sticks. Do you want to kill yourself yet?
I mean, I'm not a big Highland Cathedral fan to begin with, so.
Well, it's a shit tune, no doubt.
Is this the one that they edited all together, or have we revealed that?
Yes, this is the edit, yeah. Alright, they put in a kid, she's cute. They now win. Alright. Yeah, that was nonsense. I think if you did that and it came out that way, would you put it out? Let's go back to Josh's production concepts where, hey, I tried a thing and it didn't come out really particularly good. Would I put it out anyway?
Well, I mean, the thing that I made turned out good. Well, that thing, but
I'm not asking about your thing because we
talking
already
about earlier.
talked
You talking about earlier when we were talking about the pipe band creed?
Well, that's it. Yeah, but we never finished that, so that's a different thing. I'm talking this particular video. Let's say your band made this. Would you put this out with the way it came out?
I don't know, man. I have conflicting views on this because old school Josh would say if it wasn't perfect, never release it. And now I try to be like 50% that and 50% done is better than perfect because I've learned the value of done is better than perfect.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it's still got to have some modicum of quality, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's also why you very rarely see our own band play in Celtic Thanksgiving concert clips, right? Like
that's very true.
Like it's kind of rough. I try to toe the line. My feelings on that kind of thing have definitely changed over the years as far as like what is acceptable.
Okay. Like, all right. So
I
generally make a decision. Would you put this out?
Yeah, I'd put it out. I say generally I would err on the side of put it out anyway. Worst case scenario, it's not that great, and later on you have something better to show the difference.
All right, fair enough. Look at you being all mature and shit.
I'm getting old, man.
It's interesting. Highland Cathedral's a shit tune.
Yeah, it's also here's what I would say.
They did it as a tribute. I don't know if I really want that as a tribute, but okay.
Here's what I would say. Just play a different tune.
Yeah, like pick anything else for the love of God.
So who's it a tribute to?
NHS workers, blah blah blah.
Yeah, like here's what I would say. You are always safer putting something out that maybe isn't as good, but no one's super familiar with. So like when you like I don't want to hear your band's recording of Scott and the Brave because it's probably not going to be that good. And even then, if it's 80% of the way there, everyone else knows that tune so well that they know where you fucked up, right? Just pick a different fucking tune. There's a million tunes.
Yeah, okay.
Like, don't do Highland Cathedral. Say, here's Trisha's song for the NHS. Like, cool song. Or here's La Boom. Most people know La Boom. But, you know.
Whatever, anything.
Just pick
anything other than the top three.
Pick
Highland Cathedral,
pick a
Scott and the
different
Brave,
tune, man.
Grace.
Yeah, like, I mean, you know, like when I was in college and I would do like acoustic covers, like coffee shops and shit for like $4 an hour. I pick songs nobody fucking knew. Then they don't know if I'm fucking them up because you don't know the song.
That's a good point. I'm with you on
If
that.
I play Little Lion Man by fucking Mumford and Sons, you're gonna know if I fucked it up, right? Like, just pick something else.
Fair enough.
When I'm playing obscure ass fucking bluegrass music and shit, you don't know if I fucked it up or not. You don't know the fucking song.
Fair enough. Let's go to the try of the week, shall we? This is well, I'm not gonna say what it is yet. This could be metal.
Heavy enough track behind it? Hell yeah.
You know who this is?
I do not.
This is our old friend Honey Bourbon.
Honey Boo Boo?
Yeah, he's doing okay. I don't know about his tuning so much, but I think he must be out of piping shape. His high hand's he's starting to struggle on the high hand there.
Is he outdoors?
He's outdoors, yeah. I assume that's where you're hearing the wind noise.
Are you sure he's not just half in the bag?
It's entirely possible. I mean, he probably spends 80% of his life.
If he's not working, he's probably drunk.
He's not working. He's at home, it looks like.
I mean, that blowing on that D, you know.
Yeah, he must be drunk. He's blowing like a cunt. Can't wait till the angry Snapchats start coming in.
He fucks think I can't fucking.
Alright, so this is the cool part. Except. Ooh, that high A, man. What's he doing? Kyle would be very disappointed in him right now. Ooh. How tall is it? He's a big dude, right?
He's a big guy, yeah. He's a big old ginger.
He's got fucking mutton hands, dude. Look at the size of his fucking fingers. His girlfriend must be very happy. He's got like banana hands.
Should we start accepting online submissions for Circle of Death?
We should. We should probably send him some sort of review by somebody professional.
Well, based on the high A, I'm saying Andrew Douglas.
Yeah, why not?
Gonna be like, sweet spot,
blow, you cunt.
Sweet tunes, honey.
Yeah, not bad. We're just fucking with you, man. That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
But so the win of the week. Holy moly. This is something that came in today. All right, everybody's doing this shit now, but this is the best one I've seen so far. Even better than the Dojo one, which is also coming out today, hopefully.
Okay.
So this is our buddy up in I don't know, Washington, Seattle. I don't know where the fuck they live, but
Talking about Tim?
Tim, yeah,
Tim.
who came down and played with us last year in the Highland
Tim's
Games.
in the chat somewhere. Yeah.
Not the same Tim,
Yeah. Oh, no, not the same Tim.
is it?
Tim Hutchinson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the chat?
He's in the chat, man.
Oh,
He's
fuck.
hanging.
Oh, I didn't, dude. We didn't even. This was not planned, but they released something today, which was pretty goddamn great. Their band
It's fucking sweet, dude.
did what everybody else is doing, and they recorded themselves all playing one tune and they did drums, and it's actually goddamn good. Like, and they did a Lincoln Hilton tune. You got to hear this fucking thing. Oh, I thought he was gonna play Highland Cathedral for a second.
It's like over Zoom?
I don't know how they did it. No, they just all recorded themselves on video.
Oh, nice. God damn, that slaps.
That's quite remarkable.
Holy fuck, man.
They probably play better not together than they
Than
do
they
when
do
they're
when
actually
they're,
in the
when they're
same
all
room.
in the same room.
I imagine.
Jesus.
I will.
Can you imagine trying to put something like that together?
Well, this leads perfectly into our topic because I wish. Well, okay, this is going to come across as very harsh, but that's what we do here at Generate. Can you imagine being in a band where people are motivated to actually do something like that?
No.
Practice and put a tune together separately and be able to play to a metronome good enough that you could line it up.
You could line it up and actually edit it together as like one ensemble piece? No, I could not. Not in a million years.
No. That leads into essentially what you're about to get angry about.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like, you know, I used to
shout out Keith Highlanders. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking dope. Tim's in the chat. Cheers, man. That was fucking amazing.
Although I do have one question. Why didn't he play that good last year with us?
Because he was learning the music on the day during tuning.
All right, fair enough. Just like the rest of our people.
Yeah.
Just kidding, man. Just kidding.
But yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I used to think that the appeal of this show was that we are in it with everyone else. Like, everyone's dealing with the problems of trying to motivate players.
Sometimes I don't feel that way. Yeah.
To fuck to save their own species and get past their Pandora syndrome and actually just like practice and take the time that's allotted to you and try to learn and try to be better and just give 5%.
5% more than negative 5%.
Yeah, just give 5%.
Work your way back to zero, please, for the love of God. Anyway, so what happened to you this week?
And I realize now that I don't think that's the case anymore. Like, I think that while we were trying to build, there's definitely some like camaraderie among our audience of like understanding the plight of like, okay, we gotta try to get this band together. We gotta try to motivate people. We gotta try to fucking get this thing going. And I feel like we have built an environment that, in theory, anywhere in the world could sustain that except here. Like, I realize now that we're a fucking outlier. We're no longer like everyone is in this boat with us. And nothing has made this more clear to me than people's reactions to trying to keep their piping up while not being forced or forcing themselves to go to band practice. Because like bands across the world,
it's not part of their momentum right now.
Like
right?
Bands across the world are like still managing.
They're Zooming, they're getting together. Even if they're just socializing, they're doing something.
Even if it's just for socializing, they're still getting together. They're still in communication. They're still working on stuff. And yeah, like I feel like we are an outlier. I feel like as soon as anyone had the reason not to do anything, they immediately took it.
Correct. I mean, 80% of them anyway. Yeah, which is the 80-20 rule apparently. Coming back to haunt us. So where do we start?
I want to start with the beginning of this, and we talked about this early
Joe Brady episode
kind of Kaylee stuff.
Yeah.
Like I want to go through the timeline of, as the pipe major, musical director of the band, how you thought we should approach the problem first.
Well, it took a couple weeks. I'd say 2 weeks, because I didn't believe in the let's all get together in a group thing, because it's going to waste a lot of people's time, because we can only play one at a time anyway, right? So, I mean, there's maybe a certain advantage to it because you're all hearing the same thing over and over again, but people are checking out. Like, it's not like they're listening generally while everybody else is playing, while another single person is playing. I've had that experience many a time in the dojo when you're working with one person on a
person like
thing,
goes to the loo or
you go, well,
checks on their hot pocket.
Who knows? But then they come up next on the microphone and they play a completely different tempo. They don't use the metronome. They don't do anything that I said. Like, if you just listen to the guy before him and do the exact same thing, that's all you got to do. So you're gonna run into that.
That's old school circle table stuff.
Yeah, it's playing around the table. But listen to the guy before you, so you pick something up that you won't do. That's the whole point. So anyway, I've kind of figured that group thing might be more of a waste of time. So let's organize one-on-ones, but short, so we don't keep people all night. I don't want to it's a lot of burden on you and me, but
it's also incredibly more convenient for them.
Way more convenient for them, because they don't have to sit through anybody.
They're spending less time in a lesson with us over the computer than they would spend traveling to practice.
Well, that too. Not only that, we're talking about that too, but even just the 30-minute sessions, it's 100% of our attention for 30 minutes, as opposed to maybe 10% for 2 hours, or whatever that ends up being. So I thought it would be more efficient. And that's really where
in theory it would be.
Yeah. So then what happened?
Well, the first week we had a 4-week plan. So the 4-week plan was...
Yeah, we figured we'd be out of this by the end of April.
Yeah.
Which is not happening.
Yeah. So the 4-week plan was, I think I took 5 and you took 4.
So, yeah, I think so originally.
So I took 5, you took 4. It was going to be 2 weeks of practice chanter. First week was going to be medley then MSR? Medley, so like 20-minute or 30-minute sessions on practice chanter on the medley. The following week was going to be 20-minute, 30-minute sessions on practice chanter on MSR. Then we were going to switch groups.
Yeah, we switched.
So I'd have 4, you'd have 5. Mm-hmm. And then 20, 30-minute sessions on pipes, medley, and 20, 30-minute sessions on pipes, MSR.
Correct.
Pretty much breaks it down?
Yep.
So how'd that work on your end?
So the first week started off okay, I would say.
Out of your 4, how many actually showed up?
First week, 3, I think.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so the percentage was like, oh, okay. Well,
I had 3 out of 5.
I had 3 out of 4 and 1 like no
call, no show.
No contact at all. No, like, hey, I'll take this time. So I'm not gonna chase people down, so I didn't like fight them over it. So, and then the next week was 2 out of 4. What was your results?
My first week was 3 out of 5 and then 2 out of 5, if I remember correctly.
First 2 weeks, yeah. So then we switched teams basically,
mm-hmm.
and took pipes, and then I think I had 2 the first week and 1 the next week.
I had 1 third week and 0 the fourth week.
Now here's the thing where it gets interesting is like people stopped contacting us, or
Yes.
just completely. I mean, we use this app to communicate, right?
But they also all have my phone number.
They do.
Yeah.
This is okay.
They all have my phone number. They all have my email.
This is gonna send you out of the through the roof when I tell you what happens.
I'm already through the roof, dude. Like I called you. Remember when I called you on? Was it Tuesday night?
Tuesday, yeah.
When
Tuesday
I was
night.
like 11 o'clock.
Like
and
11
I was,
o'clock at night.
And I was losing my fucking mind.
You were so pissed. You were drunk by this point. You're like super pissed.
I was drunk.
Nobody
and
called. Nobody showed.
I was
no
drunk
nothing.
and I was mad. Yeah.
I remember I got a message from somebody at like 10 o'clock saying, "Oh, I can't do it." Like,
It's 10 p.m. I fucking figured that out by now, you dumb cunt.
What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so but again, this is sort of optional. It wasn't like, hey, we're absolutely doing this, but I want to give people the opportunity, like, to have them. I didn't like say you have to be here. I didn't like force the issue. I was trying to like see how. I mean, I know people are going.
Is this
okay?
Joe Brady, is this you trying to soothe my rage? Because it's
no.
I don't think
I'm
going to
set you off the edge. Because Joe Brady kept telling us a couple weeks ago, like, people
give
are going
everything
through a lot
of your
emotionally.
give
blah,
everything
blah, blah.
of yourself. Waste all of your own time for their sake.
Right.
Your time is meaningless as an instructor. Their time as a useless fucking student is the most important thing in your life.
But he was trying to say that people's emotions are all over the place, and motivations, etc. And maybe, but now we get to see. I mean, we knew this, but it just proved the point. Who's where?
Yes.
Right. Emotionally on a daily basis. Take the fucking pandemic out of the equation. This is every goddamn week. This just proves the point to a very obvious level. So, so you call me at 11 o'clock at night, and you're just raging about this. And I was
furious.
I'm trying to think. I couldn't do it that night. I was doing it the next night because I had a gig that
You had a
Tuesday.
gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called you after your gig.
Yeah. So
because were we playing games or not until later? Maybe.
I think it was later. Yeah. So
so I knew you were up, and I called you because I was just mad.
Yeah. And this was my team that I started with, and I'm like, I don't understand why they didn't contact you, because they were pretty, like, I got 3 out of 4 the first week, and you got 0 out of 4, right? I'm like, why? What the hell? We post things every week in both the chat and as a post. So think of it like this: if you were on Facebook, we posted it to our private group, but then we also posted it to the group message section. We both.
Yeah.
Right.
No excuses.
None. We're trying to take all excuses out of the equation. And they just didn't respond to you. So you lose your shit. We're losing our shit on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, so I end up messaging the people that I knew that showed. It's like, why did nobody show up to Josh's thing last night? And both of them like, because I tag them. I put @ and I put their name in it. So it definitely tags them. And they're like, it was one of them said it was a, what do you call it? A notifications issue. It's now fixed. I'm like, okay. And the other one's like, check this out. How do I contact Josh? What do I do? Should I contact Josh? I'm like, yeah. What? What kind of question is that? Like, you have his fucking phone number.
Okay, this
you
is
have
bullshit.
the app that you're contacting me on, that we're all on the same fucking thing.
I know who this person is now, just based on that context. They fucking texted me finally.
Because I remember I posted it in the other chat app, like, Josh is in here. Just fucking, we're all in this same fucking thing.
And I did a post where I was like, okay, so everybody fucking bailed, and I'm going to find out why. So you'll all be getting phone calls from me in the next week. Did you delete that, by the way? I couldn't find it again. I was trying to find the wordage.
No, I didn't.
It's not there anymore.
I think you dreamed you posted it, because I don't remember.
I
ever
posted
seeing
it. It was there.
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't know.
And so,
I didn't delete it, though.
And so I'm just like, motherfuck. And I'm like, well, does anybody else have... We should check the admin privileges also.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm like, motherfuck. Are you fucking serious right now? Okay. I'm going to try...
So I wasn't that angry. I'm like, all right, this
I'm
is
pretty
typical
mad.
for me.
I'm pretty mad because it's a complete disrespectful waste of my time.
Let me say this before you lose your mind. To the people that did show, thank you very much. You guys are awesome.
Yes.
Because there are people that are doing it, and I don't want to say everybody's put everybody in the same boat, because there are people that are actively pursuing it and actually getting better.
The funniest thing to me are the people that are most actively pursuing it are out of towners.
Correct. Well, I mean, not
for
all.
Me anyway.
Yeah, they are. The two most dedicated are both out of towners. I would agree. Yes.
Like, and I'm just like, what the fuck, guys? Like, basically, I just want to Sparta kick people and take their kilts. But let me break this down. Okay, so I'm gonna go off of my. I'm gonna try to deliver this in a way that is
political.
No, that just concise.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause you killed us with that other story.
With normal points. And also just, like why you're let's do this. This is why your instructor is mad at you. And it doesn't just apply to our band. It applies to every student across the world.
Okay, yeah.
Grade 4, grade 3, grade 2, grade 1.
Let's talk about being
professional.
Being a student and what
makes you a shitty student
versus a good one. Yeah.
Versus a good one. Yeah. This is why your instructor is mad at you.
I remember the first week you lost your shit because of the bad student concept for a couple different things, and I'm sure you may go into it, but go ahead. You were complaining. They even showed up, and you were still complaining.
I was.
Why is that?
So that's not even my first bullet point.
Okay,
but
what's your first bullet point?
But that's an important one to go to. Here's why your instructor is mad at you. Show up fucking prepared.
Okay, prepared is a very good word. What does prepared mean?
This is the baseline. The baseline you can do. Actually, no. Let's go further back. Let's make this fucking idiot proof.
Okay.
Show up.
Show up.
That's number one.
Okay. Okay, that's a good start.
So, number one thing to keep your instructor happy, show up. If you cannot show up, there's some rules here. For example, I have to cancel. Life happens. Shit happens. I completely understand. If you have to cancel, this is all with it. This is bullet points under number one, which is show up.
Yeah.
Bullet point number one. If you have to cancel, tell your fucking instructor in a reasonable amount of time. Because you're talking about a human being with a family, a girlfriend, a job, shit to fucking do, chores, a dog. Maybe they want to go out and fucking just go for a walk. Who knows? But you're talking about a living human being who has set aside time for you. You need to let them know in a reasonable amount of time that you are not going to make that.
You realize by asking them to do this, you're not treating them like a human.
That's okay.
Do you see the complete ridiculousness of this?
You mean by asking them to treat their instructor like a human? I'm not treating them like a human?
You're now creating expectations for them that might be unreasonable.
Yeah.
So this is where we're at today. This is the shit that Joe and I were fighting about.
Treat your instructor like a human fucking being with a life and things to do aside from appease you when you're willing to show up once in a while.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you have to fucking cancel, that's okay. Shit happens. If you tell me if our lesson was scheduled at 6 and you tell me at 6:15, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you need to tell me an hour in advance that you're not going to make it. If you think there's a chance you may not make it, be in communication. We
have 17 apps for communicating between the band.
We live in a world where you can tell me,
there's at least 3.
Hey.
4.
I'm working. It's sketch. I may be out by 6:30 to meet you at 7. If not, I'm going to let you know at 6:31. Fair. You can be in constant communication with human beings. You all are doing it all the time, fucking TikToking and Snapchatting and fucking Instagram storying each other. Why don't you take the time to consider the fact that your instructor is a human being and they have shit to do besides fuck around and wait for you? So, let them know in a timely manner.
That's fair. Okay. What's point 2 of this?
Cancellations. Bullet point 2 under section 1. Show up on time.
Point B.
If you have to cancel, or if someone says, hey, I have slots available Tuesday, 5 to 7, your response cannot be, I can't make Tuesday. That is not an acceptable response from a student to an instructor. An acceptable response is, I can't make Tuesday, but I'm available Thursday at noon, Friday at 3, Saturday at 5. Do not just fucking shoot down the time that was given to you and say...
Which is normal band practice time that you would be at band practice anyway.
Don't just shoot down the time that was presented to you and say, well, there you go, no practice this week. You fucking say, I can't make this, and let me... This is not just a band thing. This is like a normal business thing.
Yeah.
You don't just shoot down... If I was trying to make a deal with someone, an advertising deal, and said... Well, and they were like, "Hey, let's go over the details of this. How about coffee on Wednesday at 9?" Like, can't do that. You've lost that deal.
How about a suggestion? But
You
I can't
say,
make 10.
You say, you know what? I'm busy at 9 on Tuesday, but how about Wednesday at 4? You have to suggest an alternative, you cunt.
At the very least.
I'm not even singling anyone out. I have gotten 10 of these in the past 4 weeks.
This has happened so many times with so many different people.
Suggest an alternative, and guess what? Value your fucking instructor's time, because your instructor's a fucking human that has shit to do aside from listen to you bumblefuck your way through an MSR.
Do you think it's because of the way you've treated them in the past that they go this route? Or do
I
you
do.
think it's their normal?
No, I think it's the way I've treated them in the past because I wasn't harsh enough.
Oh. It's not where I was going, but okay. Interesting.
Like, if I had set the expectation early that my time has value, and by either not responding or responding late, you were wasting it, then I wouldn't have this problem. But I set the precedent of I need more players, so I will bend over backwards until I'm eventually fucking myself in the ass.
You bent that far backwards.
I bent that far backwards. And that's how I got in this goddamn situation. Mm-hmm. And don't tell me you can't sympathize.
Oh, I'm just letting you go. I'm with you, man. I've been doing this forever. I'm with you.
So my third bullet point under number 1, which is show up.
We're still on show up?
You're still on show up.
This is not even the be prepared part. This is just show up.
No, we already did be prepared. That was the first bullet point under show up.
You didn't go into specifics.
No, be prepared. Bring a fucking metronome, your notebook, and a knowledge of the goddamn music. And the music.
Or just have the music with you.
Preferably the latest copies.
Yeah. Listen.
Here's
can I sidebar? Can I sidebar? Because I'm gonna lose my shit.
No. I'm gonna. Does it fall under number 1? Show up.
It falls under being prepared.
Okay. So then yes.
Okay. So. God. So there are, like I said, there are some people going out of their way to keep going, right? But it's a minority.
Accurate.
It's a minority for sure. But for example, our drum section has been doing a pretty good job of keeping themselves working because they have a leader on that side that's keeping them moving. And with I don't even know if it's him. He's making himself available, and people are showing up. But what was funny is I actually went to their thing this week. And because when I got home from my gig on Tuesday, they do it on Tuesdays, and I was like, I'm just going to pop in and see how it's going because I haven't listened to them in a couple weeks. And so they're like, one of the guys was like, you know what? The Pipers asked for this forever ago. The one guy's like, hey, you know what really helps me? I haven't really tacked the Strathspeys or whatever in a while. He's like, I really need the music recorded. And I'm in the background. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Like, we have every possible... He's like, I would really like it. Like, I know we have the version...
We have it with drums. Thing. We have it without drums.
We have it with drums. We have
it
without drums. We have the entire set. We have the sets broken down. I've recorded it 17,000 times because everybody keeps asking for another variation. The same motherfucking thing.
This is why Joe Brady is wrong.
Absolutely. So I was like, in the background, I'm like losing my shit. So they bring me on the mic at some point because he's like, hey, do you have this? And hey, maybe Andy knows where it is. I'm like, as soon as I come on, I'm like, you guys are motherfucking killing me, man. Like, I've recorded so many variations of the same thing because everybody asked for each tune individually, the entire set with drums. I've got everything you could possibly want. Did you go fucking look for it?
I had people with the wrong music, man.
No.
I had people with old versions of the fucking music.
There's one place to get it.
This is why I asked you put the dates on the music.
I put the fucking dates on the music. It has now been updated. I've done everything. It's in one drive. There's one variation of the music in the main drive that we store everything. There's no excuses to not have the correct music in front of you at any given time, or the recordings. When you tell me you don't,
I'm so excited that we're going to be quarantined.
And I know it's there because you haven't looked.
I'm so excited we're going to be quarantined until June because the new band manual is going to be amazing. I recently got the U.S. Army Survival Manual, and I'm basing it off that.
Okay, that's fair. This was my response. This was like when this happened, I was like Anderson Cooper with that interview with the fucking mayor. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
You're so fucking ignorant.
Just go to the Google Drive with the music. I put it in both places just because I knew you guys wouldn't fucking know where it was in the Piper section. I put it in the drums as well. It's the same thing twice. I was just sitting there like... So I said this. I said, like, you guys are killing me. And the drum instructor is like, he just starts laughing. Who he is?
Is that Kyle?
Yeah. And he's just like, I'm like, guys, what are we doing here? Like, so my point is, it's your responsibility to look for these things instead of aggravating the shit out of everybody by not being prepared. This is not being prepared, not knowing it's there. When I told you before we all disappeared before St. Patrick's Day that all this stuff is there, you can practice with it. I give you a list of tempos. I use the goddamn app that has the tempos that change throughout the whole medley. It's all there. Just go look. Go look. It's not that fucking... Just be prepared, people.
So...
Anyway,
my first
Are we still on point one?
My first point was show up.
Oh, right.
Here's my second point out of my 2-point plan.
Uh-oh.
It is your fault.
Okay. I'm with you.
If you are a piping student during the quarantine, if you are struggling with your pipes, if you're struggling with your drone reads, if you're struggling with maintenance, if you're struggling with the tunes, if you're struggling with the tempos, it is your fault. Fuck you. It is you. It is not us anymore. We have done everything. We've recorded. We've put the metronome things out. We fucking put the music out. We fucking tried to schedule Zoom calls where it's one-on-one instruction for fucking free, mind you, which I'm unemployed. I'm losing money on this shit. Like,
I even put in the app, I've linked other apps that are useful to help you to be a better, to practice better, meaning like the app that slows the shit down for you.
yeah, man.
So
Speed Changer, that's a
guess
great
what?
app.
I'm just waiting for some motherfucker to ask me, well, can you record it at 80, 90,
No.
100, 110?
Yeah, no.
Like,
No.
no. Like, I've recorded as much as I'm going to fucking record.
Here's where I
figure it
disagree
out.
with Joe Brady. My full-time job is not getting you from being a shitty bagpipe player to being a less than shitty bagpipe player. I'm sorry, man. Like, I care about the people in my band. I really do. I know them. They're my friends. When I moved back to Vegas from Reno, most of my friends still live in Reno. My new friend group was largely built around the band, and I care so much about the people that are in it. But they have fucking taken advantage of that care for 4 years now. And it's like, guys, I just need you to meet me halfway. Give a fuck about playing music, or fuck off and give me your kilt. I don't care.
So you're saying they don't care about making good music?
I don't think so. I don't know what the... This is why I said I'm calling everyone individually, and by the time this episode comes out, I will have already done so. So I'll have more intel for next time. But, like, the reason I want to call people individually and talk to them is like, what the fuck? Why? The only question I have is why? Why do you have any interest in doing this? Because I need to know what your motivations are so I don't keep spinning my goddamn wheels trying to make you something you don't want to be. That's it for me.
Well, isn't that the answer, though? Isn't that the simple answer? Is
If you say, hey, I want to play Amazing Grace at parades, fuck it, dude. That'll be your career. No problem.
They won't fucking say that, though. But this is my point. We're putting...
Well, if they lie to me,
holes.
that's their fault.
But we've done this before. You think this is the first time we've asked? Like, just be fucking honest. We do this every year at the AGM. We do this privately. We've had psychological meetings with our member at large that talks to these people to do these fucking things to get some honesty, but we get none of that. We get one thing and the actions are the other.
Yeah, we get here's
Which
our
frustrates
intention.
us, and then we take it on them, and then it's a goddamn vicious circle.
I haven't taken it on them that much.
Oh yes, you have. But I mean, it's...
Well, we're right. Oh, you know what? This is good because the season's over, and we're not going to be able to meet with our band again until December. What were the top 3 Josh Rages of 2020?
2020?
Yeah, that's this year.
Oh my god, I don't even know. You mean band wise or just...
Yeah, band wise. I haven't been that bad.
Well, we haven't seen anybody very basically. I don't know, the when we were full prepping January-ish up through February, early March before all this happened. I guess maybe you did. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, see,
there was some.
You weren't even in the room when I was kicking chairs and shit.
Did you? Oh, there was that one. I heard about it after the fact, but anyway. So what else?
Who?
What else is
Who
on
snitched?
No. You told me.
I'm fucking.
So what's else on your list?
No, those are the only two things. Be prepared and it's your fault. Show up and it's your fault. Those are my two rules.
What do you mean by it's your fault, though? Why is that important?
It's your fault because they're not taking the responsibility of their education. So, like, for example, communication. From here on out, as a blanket rule, it is now the responsibility of anyone in our band to get in touch with me when they want to have some kind of critique. I'm done. Like, if you want me to listen to you play the MSR, you fucking call me, you set up a time with me. That's it. I am not going to just put myself out there, block out 3 hours, and have no one show. Fuck you. You're wasting my time, and I'm done. My time's more valuable than yours when it comes to bagpiping, so fuck you.
I know it seems ridiculous, and trust me, it makes me crazy. But what was interesting about this past week was when I individually went to people, then they responded. When I mass messaged everyone, which should be no different. It's not like because there's 5 people in this chat versus 1 that I'm not directly talking to each of the 5 people, but that's what happened. Like, nobody responded, and then I went at blah 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 at blah, and it tagged everybody or whoever, however I did it. Like, oh, I'll contact them right away. I didn't realize blah blah blah. Like, am I just talking because it's in a group? Do people just assume it's not them?
Well, it's like the 911 paradox, where it's like someone call 911 when you do CPR training. You're taught not to say someone call 911. You're taught to say you call 911.
Oh yeah.
Because if you say it, everyone else assumes someone else will do it.
Yeah, but this is their own benefit. It's to their own benefit.
Here's where I'm at.
I'm
going to a model where people can contact me and set up a time with me.
Well, okay,
and I'll work with them.
But is that going to get the band where we want it? Do we have to drive it, or do we have to wait for them to? Are we pulling? Are they pushing? I don't know.
I feel like we've tried both and neither worked.
Yeah. But if we go to complete hands off, it'll definitely not work.
I think that might be a necessary evil.
But it will make us less angry, maybe.
I think if we go to complete hands off and make people in charge of their own piping career. I mean, keep in mind, this is still technically a free fucking lesson, man. Like, I'm no Jack Lee. I'm no Jack Lee, but a fucking
these people do not need Jack Lee.
A free lesson for me, I would still charge like $30 an hour. Like,
but this is the thing. They don't need Jack Lee. Granted, like, having him say this is because he's inspirational is one thing. But just go to a fucking Tony Robbins course and get inspired, or whatever. I don't know. Watch YouTube and get inspired.
Jerk off and have a shot of vodka. You'll be inspired to do stuff.
Like the things we're telling you are not any different than what Jack's telling you every goddamn time we pay him insane amounts of money.
I think that out of
whoever. I don't even mean to use him. It doesn't matter who it is. But let me say one thing that's a positive thing. So here's something that happened within the last 2 weeks for sure. One of our student pipers, not a actual member technically yet.
Not yet.
Contacted me. He's like, hey man, I forget if it was text or on the app or whatever it was, but he's like, it was some sort of written communication where he said, hey, I've got the parade sets down. I'm ready for the next thing. Like, I haven't talked to him since we went on lockdown. Not a word, because I've been focused on our competition people. I haven't even literally talked to him. I'm like,
that's the thing Doogie told us, man. We gotta fucking. Here's my thoughts.
What did you say?
He talked about building like a parade band first.
Oh, absolutely. But this is not, my point is like, okay, there's a positive here. There's a guy that's motivated. That's like, hey, man, I got this stuff finally. Whatever, finally. I don't mean to say that.
2 out of 10, right?
I got this stuff down. What's next? Like, brilliant. What's next? That's what I want to hear out of your mouth. Hey, man, I got this. What's next?
I think that.
I mean, you may not have it, and I'll still get pissed. But
I think that out of desperation, we have built a culture that is not ambitious, is not hungry, and does not value the gifts it has been given. And I'm not talking about your and my time, because I don't get that as a gift necessarily, but like all the free lessons they get from fucking Jack, all the fucking instructors we bring in, the stuff with like Kyle with the drummers. Like, I think we've built a culture that thinks this is a norm for pipe band, and it's not.
I don't even get so pissed about me. I lost my shit over a couple weeks ago with Joe, and this still drives me nuts. Like, we have Kyle that comes in who does this shit for free because he just loves drumming.
And he is fucking
And we
awesome.
have guys that, and he's fucking good. And we have guys that just don't show or tell them like 10 o'clock at night after the 7:30 appointment. Like, and I'm watching all this because I have access to everybody's
I get the
communication.
notifications on the drummer thing, and I get pissed.
I'm like, now I got to call Kyle and apologize because I respect him as a human being, also as a drummer. I'm like, man, I'm so sorry that these fucking guys didn't tell you till 10 they weren't coming or whatever. Like, and he doesn't care. He's just got a great positive attitude, which I appreciate. But I'm like, for me, like, this is embarrassing on my organization that you motherfuckers cannot communicate to him ahead of time that you're not going to be there. I don't understand that. I will never, ever understand that. Joe, I don't care. I will never understand it.
Here's the thing here's what we need to create.
Just tell people you're not coming before so they don't sit there waiting for you. It's a sign of disrespect. And I come from New York where people are goddamn super hyped on that shit. Like, just show respect to the fact that that's another human being that you're wasting their fucking time. That's it.
That's the culture I want to create.
15 minutes before, like, listen, man, something came up, my wife, blah, 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 whatever. Lie to me. I don't care. But tell me before I'm sitting there.
Tell you before 3 hours after the fucking thing.
I can't even understand that.
Yeah, this is what I want to create. I want to create a culture where the leadership and the instructor's time is considered real human time.
Would you do that to Jack Lee? And guess what? People fucking did that to Jack Lee in our goddamn band. They show up late on Jack Lee practices. Are you kidding me?
Let's just wipe the slate.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Let's wipe the slate clean, start over.
Like, he doesn't care, but I care.
I wanna come out of quarantine, do the concert, and then in January of 2021, host tryouts.
Well, it'll be nobody, dude. There'll be nobody there. Which will be perfect because then we can dissolve the band and sell our kilts to who's going to buy goddamn Nevada State kilts?
I'll buy one happily.
All right, that's fair. We'll make some of our money back.
But yeah, man, it's just here. I think my biggest gripe, and I was expecting to get more ragey on this than I have, but I'm really just so defeated. Like, I'm so disappointed. I'm so defeated. I think the thing that it comes to is like, just keep in mind, like, you're the person who is like the pipe sergeant or the pipe major in your band that is like trying to set aside time to fucking meet with you during all this shit. They're also dealing with all the shit you're dealing with. So it's like, I understand what Joe Brady says about people are stressed and they're worried about their jobs and they're worried about their income and they're worried about their insurance and they're worried about whether or not they're going to have a place to live in 3 months. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so are we, motherfucker. Like,
absolutely.
we're in the same boat as you, and we're also volunteering time out of our lives for free, which we shouldn't do, to fucking try to help you learn the music you've had for 2 years. Like, for fuck's sake. Give us just a modicum of respect you'd give to any fucking other human being you interacted with on the street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And assume that our time is worth something. Or quit the band.
Or don't. Yeah. And then do something else.
Yeah, do something else. Take up fucking accordion. See if that's easier.
Yeah. Or, or join the fucking Emerald Society because they obviously...
Yeah, might as well. Like,
I mean, they don't practice, so just go do what they do. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think maybe
pick up the accordion or fucking lick the fucking drinking fountain at Circle Park. Who gives a shit at this point? Like,
just go get the fucking...
You're really out of options because guess what? We're burnt out. We're poor. We're tired. Like, either accept the instruction you're being given for free or fuck off. Don't get me wrong. When I'm having my phone calls, I'll put it.
You're
nicer.
Gonna be so much nicer.
I'll be nicer.
And you're suddenly gonna understand everybody's problem because everybody's sensitive.
No, I'm gonna understand and also not care.
I can't wait. Let's check in next week. We're gonna give him a week to call everybody and see where he's at.
Dude, by next week I'm gonna have a fucking LA kilt. I'll just shut up. I'll just shut up and play music.
You're gonna go party with the Parkers and LA Scots?
Yeah, fuck it, why not? I've danced with the devil before.
Hey, yeah, I've been there, man. Been there, done that.
So, Sco, final thoughts.
I think it's all been said, man. We've done this fucking act many a times. That's the whole point of the show, apparently. But I tell you what, I'm jealous of the Keith Highlanders right now. That's for sure. Like, hey, a bunch of guys.
God damn.
You know what's also great about that is Tim, who at least edited it. I don't know who organized it, but he did all the video editing from what I could see. Is not a leader in that organization. So here's somebody who just gives a fuck. and just wants to do something.
What a world.
What a world would that be where somebody else in our organization, besides the two people that have been forced to run this thing for so long because nobody else will do it, stepped up and like created something to do. Like, how great would that be? Like, why are you, like, when people like wait to get something done, I don't understand. Like, just, you got a good idea, like, run with it.
You
Like,
remember? Do you remember the golden age of giving a fuck? Like, remember back when everyone was down?
I do. It was 10 years ago or something, but like, here's an example. Like, I asked everybody for ideas for the concert, right? I've gotten 2 responses. One of them like 2 weeks later, right? One of them was right away, and one of them was like, that's it, nothing else.
I gave you an idea for the concert.
What was it?
Don't.
Oh. Well, okay. But so this one person, and this is what I would have done back in the day when I was just a nobody.
I like how you gave me shit
done
earlier, by the way, for creating more work and stress for myself, and you're doing the exact same thing with the concert.
Trust me, I get it. Trust me. I'm just as dumb. But but I'm thinking like, okay, so what I would have done is like, hey, here's a cool tune that we might want to do for something. And I would have went out and wrote it out. I would have found it. I would have here's
the arrangement. Here's a YouTube clip where you can see someone else playing it.
Here's an idea. I'm out. Like, you're part of this too. Like, give me the fucking music. Let me see what you're talking about. Like, send me a clip. Anything.
Like, remember when we did the Celtic Thanksgiving? I think it was the first year that I was involved, and there was like the girls sang a tune, like there was a dance bit, there was like all this shit, dude. Like, it was crazy because everyone was involved. Like, what the fuck?
Well, we still ask for stuff like that. That was me asking for people like who has other things they can do besides.
It's full on Panda. Look at last year.
Like, nobody's got any ideas and nobody's willing to execute those ideas.
It is full on Panda syndrome. Even when they have ideas, like, I mean, I'm not going to name any names, but there was an idea submitted by a person that wasn't even at the show.
What was the idea? I don't remember.
It was a musical number, but it was by a person who we found out 24 hours, 48 hours before wasn't even going to fucking be there.
Really?
I'm like,
I don't remember this, but this is fascinating.
The idea was never going to come to fruition. But it was
because
like,
it would have taken us to drive it?
No. Like, there was an idea submitted like 3 weeks in advance by a person that eventually didn't even come to the show. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Was it
like,
Angel?
No. Angel was at the show.
Oh, that's right, he was. But this is the thing. They're like, hey, here's an idea. Okay, drive it. Like, guess what? Nobody's, like, remember back in the day, you and me and Danny or whoever, we would go over each other's houses, and even if it was shit, we would jam the guitar in Scott and the Brave we did 15 years ago at some shit concert. Man. And it was terrible. But at least we were driving an idea. Like, hey, man, you got a phone, record yourself and send it to me. Like, hey, we want to try this.
Over like 14...
Like, do you guys jam together?
Over like 14 practices, we took it from terrible to mediocre.
Oh, it was still goddamn awful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but at least you were driving an idea. Like, hey, what about this? Which is, I know what you're talking about, the girls that did the guitar and singing and playing thing. Like, somebody drove the idea. Like, hey, we want to do this. All right, show me this in like a week.
Show me that doesn't suck.
Show me something. Like, okay, and they did. Like, we haven't had that in fucking years. So anyway, I got no thoughts other than if you have an idea, just drive the thing.
I say we set fire to it. Start over.
I think maybe some of the people are like, if it doesn't happen, it's a waste of time. Maybe, probably not though. You learn something by going through the process, which is ultimately the
yeah.
Point
why don't you start a project with? Well, if it doesn't happen, it's waste time. So why should I even start? Like, no, just fucking do a thing.
And learn something along the way.
For fuck's sake, guys, you're in a band.
Yeah, not everything goes.
Has nobody been in a band before?
You spend 2 weeks learning a tune, and guess what? It gets cut, and then so what?
Or you spend fucking what? 2 weeks learning a tune, and then before you go to Antrim, you have to change the way you play the tune because a different judge is there. Like, you just fucking adapt, man. It's music. Roll with the punches.
I don't know, man. That's all I got.
So your final thoughts are we're fucked.
I've ejaculated all my anger.
Okay, I have not. I'm still mad. My final thoughts are. I did get some like last minute texts from people of like, well, when are you free this week? When are you free this week? I wanna make up, blah, 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 blah. You're still asking me to make time for you. That's...
Yeah, but isn't that what you want them to do?
No. This is not how it should work. The way it should work is we should put the onus on the student to set up time with the teacher. And that's not saying when are you free this week so I can have some, if I say 3:30 on Friday, you may make it or you may not. Fuck that shit. The thing that makes a good student is I want to schedule a lesson. I am available this time, this time, this time. Do any of those work for you? Then the teacher says yes, or they say no. When you say no, they say, okay, what about this time, this time, this time? Yes. And that's it. Like, that is the fucking time. Locked.
Mm-hmm.
That is my new mentality when it comes to this.
Well,
it is going to be, you contact me, you tell me when you are available, you give me 3 fucking options. I tell you yes or no. Because one of the things that we mentioned in point 1 was, well, I can't make Wednesday. Don't just say I can't make Wednesday. Say I can't make Wednesday, but I can do Thursday at 7. You fucking offer a different thing. Your time is less important than the teacher's time at this point. That is how it works. You are trying to fucking get instruction. I don't need to listen to you bumblefuck your way through Strathspeys. I don't. That provides zero value to me.
Right.
The way it provides value to me is I get paid, or you learn how to play fucking music. Those are my only motivations right now. So guess what? If you say I can't do Tuesday, but I can do Thursday at 3, Friday at 4, and Saturday at 2. Cool. Maybe I can make one of those. Then I can listen to you bumblefuck your way through music, and the value to me will be you get better at music. Or you pick a time that I didn't previously have available, and you fucking pay me, and that is how I get value from this.
Mm-hmm.
We're going straight fucking economy on this now. The economy of time.
Economy's not important, man.
We are creating fucking demand.
Perhaps. I don't know.
My time has now become limited, and everyone can go fuck themselves. Or be a good student. Follow the rules that we've set out.
It would be great if somebody was like
on
Saturday,
show
like,
up.
Hey, I know Tuesday's coming. Can I have the 6:30 slot? I know it's coming. Like, proactively approach it. That'd be great.
So to recap, we have item 1, show up. On cancellations, don't say I can't make it. Suggest a new time. On cancellations, tell me more than 30 minutes in advance. Respect your instructor's time. They're also people. Show up prepared. Have a fucking notebook, a fucking metronome, the fucking music, and your fucking chanter.
And a pen and paper.
Point 2, it's your fault. So if you missed a communication, if, oh my God, my notifications weren't set up right, or I didn't check my email, or my alarm didn't go off, that is your fucking fault.
Mm-hmm.
You're a grown-ass human being who manages to wipe their own ass, ingest water and food 7 days a week, or else you'd be dead. So if you can't figure out how to fucking turn on notifications on your phone, or text or call the person you're trying to get in touch with, guess what, motherfucker? That's on you. I'm gonna sit in my chair, drink coffee, and fucking play Call of Duty with Jeremy Downs while I skip your fucking lesson because you didn't give me advance notice. Suck my dick, learn your Strathspeys, Fusco, play us out.
That's the title of the show. Suck my dick, learn your Strathspeys.